Hey guys, this is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches. And you know, it's Easter, so happy Easter to those of you of the persuasion that celebrates. And happy Passover to the landsmen among you. And happy spring for those of you who are celebrating the pagan rituals. Now before we move into the quick topic of this video, let's have a quick wristwatch check. Today, I'm wearing a G-Shock. Well, I won't wear it all day, but right now I'm wearing this. And the reason is I'm about to go out and train a bunch of dogs before celebrating the Easter festivities. And such as they are. And actually, I'm invited to my first Easter egg hunt ever. And you know, and I'm like almost 60 years old, so this should be exciting. I keep telling everybody, let's see if you have a look out here. I'm at my little dog farm. And I got to go out there and clean up. I keep telling everybody I have an Easter egg hunt every day, except for they're all the same color. Anyway, did I do the quick wristwatch check? Crap, I can't remember. G-Shock, and the reason for that is because I'm going to be going out and training dogs, and I don't want to bang my watch up into the kennels. Okay, let's get to it. You're having a quick look at my first Easter basket ever, but while we're doing this, we're going to have a quick chat. So everybody has extra watches that they never wear in the collection, and then eventually you can flip them to buy the grail or, you know, move on to the next watch, and that's what this video is about. So the Pelagos Blue, you know, this is a watch that I think is striking, but, you know, for whatever reason, I really almost never wear it. And I think the reason for that is that it's titanium, and I tend to like a watch that's a little meatier, beefier, and that blue, while striking, it really draws the eye, so it doesn't necessarily go with everything. And I know the bezel is ceramic, but I'm afraid I'm going to bang and shatter it. So this is a watch that is 42 millimeters. It's really pretty on the one hand. On the other hand, I have so many divers that I just find myself never watching it. So, well, this blue Tudor Pelagos has in fact been sold, and I'm going to put the money on towards the next thing, which we will talk about shortly. I gotta say, this was a much tougher decision. This is, or was, my Datejust. It's 36 millimeter, two-tone with a fluted bezel and the Jubilee bracelet champagne dial. Now, this was my only watch that had tritium. I bought it at tritium, you know, lume, and it was aging nicely, even though they were tiny little dots. I bought it brand new at the authorized dealer here in the Chicagoland area. So I gotta say, it had sentimental value, but due to its size at 36 millimeter, I never wore it, and I thought that I could use the money to put towards the next thing, you know, which again, we're going to talk about. But this one hurt a little bit, but I thought it was correct. Otherwise, it was just going to wind up a safe queen for the next 10 years, which it has been for about the last 4 or 5. Well, now we get down to the hardest of the one. This was really difficult to part with. You can see it's a Rolex. Slowly, we will reveal which one. And as you know, I have a lot of divers in my collection, and so there's a certain amount of redundancy, especially in the Rolex line, and because I have a bunch of Rolex sports watches. Now, mind you, this is kind of a classic watch, so it was a little bit difficult to part with. It's the Rolex Sea Dweller. It's the old school one with the hollow center links. But it doesn't have tritium, which would age nicely, so I thought maybe I would sell it. Mind you, it's a lot chunkier than the Submariner. I think mine was early 2000s, and it's a pretty cool watch, but because I had the no-date sub, I thought I could part with this watch. It was really tough, but I definitely wanted to put the money onto the new thing, which I'm going to show you in just a second. You look at these next couple watches, you'll know why I had such a hard time choosing. Here we have the Vacheron and Constantin Overseas. I want to say this is the first watch they've made in steel. Maybe it doesn't get a lot of love from collectors on the one hand. On the other hand, it is absolutely gorgeous. It is robust. It is a sports watch. And let's face it, it's one of the Trinity. So this was under heavy consideration, and well, I might have wound up with it. Stay tuned. My friends have been telling me for years that I need a Royal Oak, and here we have the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. This is also a Trinity watch. It is also a sports watch. It's got good water resistance. It's not that you can beat this watch up, but it's not a delicate flower either. And it really had to go into heavy consideration for this change because I sold all that stuff and now I got some money to spend. I am so excited to tell you about this watch, guys. I just can hardly stand it. I can't believe I kept it to myself this long. So, yeah, it's a Lange, and well, it's going to zoom out. It's going to take a minute because I want to talk about this, but it is a Lange 1. And it is sort of at the lower end of the Lange and Sonn line in terms of price. However, I wouldn't call this an entry-level watch. I would call this a watch for the connoisseur, for the lover of watches. Look at that large date. It's just incredible. So I got to tell you, I was fiending this watch, and I just can't stand the fact that I don't own it. And honestly, I still don't, because this isn't the one. Stay tuned, and I'm going to show you the watch. The watch that I wound up with after selling all that stuff. But oh, that Lange. Well, those of you who know me best should have been able to call this, because you know I am a sucker for blue watches, and you know I am a sucker for dive watches. So what is the best made, the most horologically significant blue dive watch in the entire world? Well, watch as this scrolls out, and you will see what it is that we have added to the collection here. I know you're going to be thrilled. I know you're going to start feeling chills like I have. Yes, here it comes, the big reveal. Okay, guys, I've added a squale to the collection, and I hope that you're going to forgive me for that. Hey, guys, come on. Sorry, it's really not my fault. But, yeah, it's Easter, and Easter happens to fall this year on April 1st. So happy April Fool's Day, and, yeah, sorry about that.